Hello everyone. If you're new here, I'm basically building a language learning app that teaches Amharic, the main language of Ethiopia. And if you're interested in what it looks like to actually build and release an app, then you're at the right place. In this video, we're going to be talking about two major changes I've made to my app since my last devlog, which was quite a while ago, which means that I've made a lot of progress in that time I've been working on my app. Now, the first major change that I did was implementing text to speech in my app. And the second thing I did was implementing the basic framework to accept subscriptions in my app. So these are two major changes that took quite a while and a lot of effort, but they are worth it. So text to speech. Basically, text to speech is an AI reading text in your app. So for language learning apps, this is useful because you don't have to record individual audios for each phrase or each sentence, which can take a lot of time. Instead, you can just tell an AI to say whatever phrase or sentence and it'll just speak it out for you. Now, how did I do this? Well, it was quite a complicated process for me. Initially, we were recording audios for the app, just using, a mic and just recording as many audios as we can. And then I would get all those audios and then get the app to play them as I uploaded the audios to like Firebase, and then the app would just, get the audios from Firebase and play them as the lessons were going on. However, this is not an efficient system. It takes a lot of, good signal to play audios fast. And in the long term, it takes a lot of time to record these audios, which is why I needed a better system. And I did this by using text to speech. Now, to do text to speech, you need a language model. And there are not a lot of language models for Amharic, which is, not as popular, of course, as a language as, English. But I found a couple, models here and there. Now, basically what a model is just like something that can play Amharic text to speech. And I found one in Google Cloud. And so the problem here was that I had to get this model, which, was on Google Cloud, and I had to link it to my app. And how I did this was, a complicated looking process, but it was kind of simple to break down. So I got the Google Cloud of the Amharic text to speech model. Then I got the keys, the API keys. An API key is basically, how the app how your app can access something like a third party service like Google Cloud. Like you need the key to, access that service. So I got that, and then I built a server. And how I did this was I used like a platform called Vercel, and I just created a server and I deployed that server. And what it does is whenever I call onto that server, I can just input a text that I want the text to speech to play, and that server will create an audio file, which I can then use in my app. And so in my app, I did this, and now in the app, you can play text to speech almost instantly because this server is quicker than, calling on to files from like a public Firebase using their links. And so this made my text to speech much more effective and efficient. In the future, I'll have to probably deal with the costs of running a server. However, we don't know, how many users this app is going to get. Hopefully a lot, but, it's more inefficient. It was worth creating that server and that system to play text to speech. And so that's how I implemented text to speech into my app. Now, secondly, about subscription. My app is mainly free and most of the features can be accessed for free, but I wanted a freemium model, which a lot of apps have, like Duolingo, which means that most of the content is free, but to get additional features and content, you would need to have a premium subscription. I've made my premium subscription quite cheap, around $3 a month. And I think that is, quite a cheap price. And then I added a bunch of features to it. Like if you get premium, you can access flashcards in our app. You can access additional units, and you can access tracing books, which are all important features of learning Amharic. And so I made it at the cheap price of $3. Now, because my app is still in development, these subscriptions aren't public yet. So what I did is create a basic framework for these subscriptions so that when I publish my app, I can, seamlessly transition to accepting real payments. But for now, I just have the basic structure of a subscription and it works pretty well in a development setting. And how I did this was I used a platform called Revenue Cat, which can accept payments. Initially, I had troubles, using Stripe because Stripe doesn't, has a lot of requirements for you to start your business using it, and I didn't have the capacity to open a Stripe account. And since Stripe is the main platform a lot of people use, I found it quite hard to get to the point where I was accepting payments using another subscription form. And I found Revenue Cat, which has helped me a lot. And that's it for today's vlog. I've made a lot of progress. Hopefully I was able to break it down to all of y'all. If you're interested in more content like this, click on my channel, subscribe. I document the process of creating my app, which I've been working on for over a year now. And if you're interested, click the like and subscribe button and stay tuned for the next couple of devlogs. I'm pretty soon to releasing a beta version of my app. If you want to learn Amharic yourself and if you want to inquire about my app, the app's website is down in the description. You can join the waitlist to see how the app will turn out when I release it, which will not be that far away. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.